Welcome back to the Nikki Clarke Show. So happy to have you here. The show is about conversations that matter, and we invite people from all walks of life to share their heart stories, their stories of transformation. And I am all about learning and growing, and I'm so excited to meet this young lady who is here, who has inspired hundreds of people in just a short period of time by everything she's learned. And she's put it in a book called The Keys to Happiness, A Journey to Embracing My Story. Please welcome author and motivational speaker, Ann Pereira, to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm
pleasure.
great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for being here. And you know what? I just really love this cover.
Thank you.
It's just beautiful, and I like the way that it's bound. It's outstanding.
Thank you.
Yeah. So congratulations. I know how hard it is, and I know what work it takes to publish a book. Mm-hmm. So good on you for
Thank
that.
you. It was definitely a great journey, and I'm so proud that I did it. So proud.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. So tell me your story.
So
behind the story.
Yeah, the story behind the story. I guess for me growing up, I was always kind of that little girl who I loved to help other people, but I never knew how to help myself. I guess I could never take my own advice, which I think we all struggle with that.
Yeah.
But I went into social service work, and I felt like it was the perfect path for me.
Right.
And because I connected so well with helping other people. I didn't think that the traditional model was going to be the best route, but what I learned was so powerful, and I immediately stayed with nonprofit, and things just began to align.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you wanted to get into social work, social service work, and it felt like a good fit for you. But what propels you into that? I mean, part of it is organic because that's who you are,
Exactly.
that's your temperament. But was there something happening in your environment that led you into that path of wanting to help, nurture, heal people?
I think it was just who I was surrounded by. I was so driven by being the protector of my family, and so driven I have two older sisters, and I was so driven to make sure that they were always good and make sure that, they felt confident. And even though I didn't feel it myself, I just felt that need to be a protector of all people. And I guess that's what drove me into just wanting to make everyone happy. And I always played that role of being the protector. Okay. So yeah.
And your mom has a big role in your life.
Absolutely.
In terms of inspiring you to,
absolutely,
being out there and helping others.
Exactly.
What makes her so unique?
My mom, she raised my sister and I by herself for many years, and I saw her working 3 jobs at a time. So she wasn't around that much. So my sister was kind of like the second mom. Mm-hmm. She took on that role so willingly. And from my mom, I learned so much how to be work hard. Right. That's what she instilled in me, be independent. Mm-hmm. And I've taken that with everything that I do.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. So now, you're about to publish a book. How long did it take you to put this to paper?
So I've always enjoyed writing. So writing was always my thing. That was my outlet because I was so shy and I didn't know how to voice myself.
Shy?
Yeah. I know, not many people would know, but I was very afraid of speaking, voicing my emotions. Mm-hmm. And I guess for me, writing was my outlet.
Yeah.
And so for me, I just kind of one year I decided I'm just going to write every single day for a year. And then what that transpired was I want to write a book. I've learned so many things throughout my life, even though I haven't been around for long. Mm-hmm. I've learned so many things. And for the actual manuscript, it took me a few months.
Months,
that's it. It wasn't that difficult, which I think is a great example for people to see that it doesn't have to be perfect. And that's what I think I love so much is that it's not perfect and it's evolved so much since I've published it a year ago now. It keeps evolving.
Okay. And how has it been received by the community?
It's been received I think for me, I was very shocked. Writing this book, I thought it was going to be for people my age or younger. Mm-hmm. And it turns out there's people who are twice my age who are resonating with the book. So I was so amazed. And more so, people resonating with it because they've always wanted to write a book. And now they see a 25-year-old doing that.
Right.
So yeah.
Amazing. So you're touching people, you're inspiring them to, take that leap and to write their own books.
Exactly.
So that's a huge accomplishment for someone can I say, you're under 30.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, I'm 25.
So you're really making bold steps to empowering yourself. And in that example, you're empowering others. So you have this book now, and I would like to put you on the spot, which is something we do on the show. Can I ask you to read something from the book?
I think there's so much that's my favorite.
And you know, Ashley Ann, people are always in the pursuit of happiness.
Absolutely.
Before you read that, like, what would you define happiness to be?
For me, what this is really all about, and the reason I wrote it is because this is what happiness is to me. It was, for me, the journey was going back into my life and everything that I had experienced, and coming to terms is not the best word, but more so being able to handle it, deal with it, and move forward and move on. That was, I guess, the big piece of it. And just, all the relationships that I had, get them settled. Whether it was that they were no longer meant to be in my life, whether it was that, or fix it, mend it, whatever that was going to be. So that was a big part. It's going back. So I talk a lot about forgiveness, self-awareness, self-love, gratitude, and celebration. Those are the 5 main chapters of the book.
So letting go of baggage, huh?
Basically, that's really, I think that's
Lighten
the
up.
truth. That's what the truth, I saw this quote actually the other day. Self-awareness is the path to inner peace. And that's what I think this is all about. It's inner peace.
Fantastic.
So I think one of my favorite chapters is creating your reality. And that's a part of the awareness piece. So this is at the very end. So people and objects have no power to determine our happiness or bring us negativity. Be aware that you do create your own situations. If you are going along with a negative attitude, the outcome will be negative and vice versa. At the end of the day, you have a choice of which reality you would like to create for yourself. One of misery or one filled with opportunities. Create your own reality.
Beautiful. I love that. Thank you. I'm taking it back because this is going to be my signed copy, right? And I want to embrace this and have a good read when I get home. So you are doing great things. I imagine that you're meeting people more and more. You're engaging in all kinds of motivational speaking.
Absolutely, all the time.
So what's next for you?
Well, this month I actually am speaking at Mo Mondays Brampton, so that's pretty exciting. But what I feel like I've really discovered my mission and my purpose, and a part of this book was that mission, and it's to help people now put out their own books, put out their own dreams, whatever the case may be, become coaches, become speakers, really help their story get out there. And it's really with our own stories that we can change lives, that we can make a difference. It's just with our story. So that's what I think has been my biggest experience. And I think that's my next step, is to basically create this space where entrepreneurs can do that.
Yes. Yeah. And it's important because if you can facilitate to have a safe, non-judgmental platform for people to unpack and share these amazing stories. And that's the thing I love about this show, is that I can sit back and I can listen to Ashley Ann Pereira's and other brilliant people talk about how life has shaped them into the amazing human beings they are. Absolutely. And we can learn so much from each other. Right?
And it's all about understanding.
It's all about understanding and connecting.
Yeah.
So I'm so happy to have connected with you.
Likewise.
Thank you so much for this book.
You're welcome.
And can you please tell us how we can find more about who you are, where you are, and purchase the book?
Absolutely. So the book and where you can find me is Ashley Ann, no E, Pereira, Pereira. And that's where you can find me. Instagram, Facebook, my website, it's all there.
And I follow you.
Yes.
On everything.
We follow each other.
Ashley Ann, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much for having me.
My pleasure. It's really, you've been inspiring. Thank you. We'll be back.
The Nikki Clarke Show, transforming lives one story at a time. If you would like to be a guest or become a part of our live studio audience, or even to become a sponsor, just go to www.NikkiClarkeNetwork.com.